Hi, welcome back to Karen's Kitchen, and today is Rectangle and Square Baker Day, and I am going to make, since the big game is right around the corner, I am going to share a recipe that I absolutely love. I've made this for years with Pampered Chef. A lot of times I do it in the bar pan, but you can do it in the Rectangle Baker as well. And it's got spinach in it, so it means it's health food, right? So we are going to be making Grecian party squares, and the kid, and those who know me know I kid too. I want to be Greek. I want to be Greek. I love Greek food. So Grecian party squares with feta cheese, and I'll talk more about that as we go. But welcome back to our party. I hope that you've enjoyed this week. You know, as the matriarch of this group, I am so proud of everyone, and excuse me, I hope that you are as thrilled with everything we've learned this week. I've learned so much. And that's what's really cool about starting a Pampered Chef business, is that you're always learning new things. You're making great friends, no matter whether someone's been with Pampered Chef almost 33 years like I have, or 33 days. We learn from each other. And so I really encourage you to kind of think about giving Pampered Chef a good college try. Give us 30 days. You don't have to marry it like I did, okay? So let's get cooking. I'm going to start with our 2-quart batter bowl, and you've heard me talk about this before. If you saw my other demo, I call this the Bachelor Bowl. Cereal, beer, that's really all they need. But it is wonderful. It does come with a lid. I have no idea where my lid is. I have 2 of them in my kitchen, but the lids are nowhere to be found. So, but what we're going to start with first is I'm going to open up a can of artichoke hearts, and and notice it has this tab. Now, as a kid, at 5 years old, my favorite thing to do is to go to the beach. We went to the beach. I stepped on a can, because this was a few years ago. I stepped on a can, and I ended up at the hospital because the can was sharp. And I spent the day in the hospital because I stepped on it and hit stitches and all that. I remember my godfather picking me up and running me to the hospital. So I get the heebie-jeebies whenever, all that story for you to know, that I get the heebie-jeebies whenever I open up a can that does not smooth edge. So I will not use these tabs. So I'm going to take our can opener. Now, if you're not familiar with our can opener, I hope you have one. I always say, don't buy it and don't tell the person you live with how to use it. Okay, just give them a little frustration, because what you do with this is you put this on top of the can, you twist, and you're going to feel it adhere, and then you're going to twist. And this is where you must become one with your can. You're kind of thinking about, I'm waiting for it to meet, I want to feel it meet. And if you're one with your can, you're going to feel it meet. And then you're going to twist backwards, and on your can opener, there's a little button that it controls these little bird beaks here, okay? Looks like parrot beaks. You just press that, and it pinches. So I'm going to pinch off the lid of my can, and now this is not sharp, nor is this sharp, okay? So that's what I love our can. I'm going to use that again in a second. So you're going to get another training on that. Sometimes you have to see it more than once. So I'm going to take my artichoke hearts and put them into my our little colander. Now this is our 2-quart colander, and I like this because it has happy spoons on it. It's so nice. It's stainless steel. It has a ridged bottom, so that the liquid flows right out of the strainer. All right, and I'm using our 2-quart mixing bowl to drain into. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my artichoke hearts and put them in the bowl, and I want to do these first so that I can use my salad choppers to chop these up. Okay, now our salad choppers are fabulous. They're made for salad, but I very seldom use them for salad. I use them for chicken most of the time, or anything that's like this that's kind of too big, and I don't want it to get too fine, but I don't want it to be that big. So here I am, just chopping my artichoke hearts right into my bowl. Now, I always say that you can use it either the Fonzie way with your thumb up. That's going to show your age if you know who Fonzie is. And then, or you can use it kind of like scissors. Okay, so those are our salad choppers. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to open up our water chestnuts. And I will be posting the recipe for you in a few minutes. And again, I'm going to twist, pretend I'm one with my can. I'm going to feel it meet on the other side. Yeah, and then I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to take the little beak, the little pincher, pinch off the top, and there is my can, not sharp, on the bottom or the top. So I'm draining my water chestnuts into my bowl. I'm going to set that aside for just a second. Now, I forgot to get our food chopper. You know, the food chopper, this is something that when I first started with Pampered Chef 33 years ago, in fact, it was right about now, I went to the party 33 years ago, and I had a great job. I had worked for the city of Farmington Hills, a suburb of Detroit, and loved my job. I was their systems analyst, and never thought I would ever quit that job. And so when I first started, in fact, I did Pampered Chef alongside my full-time job for 3.5 years before I decided to give Pampered Chef a try full-time. But when I started, one of the bonuses for the first month, and they give you bonuses to help, give you a carrot to go for to build your business, right? Was this food chopper. And I think at that time the food chopper was like $25, and I could have afforded it. It wasn't the money. It was that I wanted to earn it, all right? So this food chopper represents that start for me. Butterflies open to clean. This is how you clean it. It's like using 6 blades, okay? Kind of like a transformer. You put it back together. Some people think this is packing material. It is not. And you can use the little collar, and you can use a little dish to chop in if you want to, if you're just doing some nuts or something. Or you can just chop on it right on your cutting board, which I'm going to do on our polyethylene cutting board here. I'm going to take my water chestnuts, put them on my board, and I'm just going to separate this into 3 little piles, because I want to show you something here. What's great about this food chopper is you have control over how you want to chop. That's 5 chops, 10 chops, 15 chops. So you really have complete control over how fine you want your chop, and that's really nice. So for small jobs, this is really a great thing. I want it to be a little bit finer, so I'm going to take this, and just so you know, if I was doing nuts, I would be chopping it right into here. I could take this and then take my nuts and sprinkle them too for toppings and stuff. So that's a little tip. All right, so now I'm going to take my water chestnuts, and I'm going to add them to my bowl, just like that. What's great about our polyethylene cutting boards is that they have silicone on the edge so that it stays secure on your counter, because when you're using this nice sharp knife, 5-inch Santoku, by the way, Forge Cutlery Lifetime Guarantee, they don't move around. You don't want to be chasing things around with a sharp knife, right? All right, now what I need to do is, the recipe calls for 1 clove of garlic. These are kind of small, and often, when a recipe calls for 1 clove of garlic, Karen puts in 2. And I'm going to put these out actually in together. And you don't peel your garlic with our garlic press. This is the first thing I bought from Pampered Chef 33 years ago, and I absolutely still love it. It does come with a cleaner. It's kind of like the lid on the bowl. Who knows where that is? I just take the excess there, and I just grab this out and put this into my garbage or my garbage disposal, and throw this in the dishwasher. So that is the greatest thing. I'm going to take our classic scraper and just give it a quick stir. So right now I just have my garlic, my water chestnuts, and my artichokes in there. Now I need to add a half of a cup of sour cream. And I'm using our 2-cup measure-all cup set to a half of a cup. And I'm just filling it with sour cream. I think many of you have this. We carry a 1-cup and a 2-cup size. And just a little bit more in here. And then that's toast, so I can get rid of that container. All right, so I'm going to take this and shoot this right into my bowl. That's what's great about measuring things that are a pain in the neck to measure. Peanut butter, Crisco, this makes it easy. When you're watching shows on TV, and they're they're fussing with their garlic and they're trying to dig things out of measuring cups. I'm like, come on, have you never heard of Pampered Chef? All right, now we're taking some mayo, another half of a cup of mayo. Add that. I've got a little bit of sour cream in there. Probably is not the best thing. Don't do as I do as I say, right? All right, I'm gonna take this and shoot this right into my bowl too. Now I have my mayonnaise and my sour cream in there. And, ooh, spinach. Oh, I was gonna show you something. Spinach. Spinach is one of my favorite foods. Anything. Spanakopita is my favorite food. All I'm going to do right now is I've taken my spinach, and it calls for 10 ounces. I'm using 12. I'm just going to squeeze out as much moisture from my spinach as I can. And whenever you're doing a quiche or you're doing anything, unless you're using fresh spinach, make sure you squeeze out as much of the liquid as you can. I probably could have done this earlier, but you wouldn't get to see this, right? Here we go. This is why I call it Karen's Crazy Kitchen. And there's another tablespoon in there, and I'm not going to let that go to waste because Linda Griffin would yell at me. And there we go. I'm going to just run over and give my hands a quick rinse. And let's see. Let me use a little towel here. All right, I'm going to set this aside. I don't think I need this anymore. All right, I need a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. This is our Easy Read measuring cup from the set. Just a 1/4 cup. And the recipe calls for 4 ounces of feta cheese. Well, this was a 10-ounce container and maybe half gone. There's a little bit more than 4 ounces, but Karen loves feta cheese. And that's what, you know, I always try to follow a recipe the first time I make it. And then after I kind of add, and feta cheese is one thing I go heavy on. A little bit on the spinach, a little bit on the feta cheese. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to just set this aside for a second. Wait, put this away. All right, now I'm going to use our scale. And I love this scale. I set it right into my cupboard just like this, like a little filing cabinet. I use it all the time for my sourdough baking. But you know, measuring by weight is the most efficient way to measure. We kind of know that, don't we? We don't want to admit it, but for flour anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our prep bowl and I'm going to put it here on top of my scale, and I'm going to hit the tare button. And what happens is it sets this to 0. Now the recipe calls for a half of a package of vegetable soup mix, and let me grab our little bag opener here. I'm going to take this, open that up. If I was going to save this, I could turn it over and clip it. These are so handy. I have it right here on my oven. My oven, what do you call that? Oven cover or whatever that is. All right, so now I have, this is showing 0.9 ounces, 0.09 ounces. So what I need to do is I'm going to take, I think it's about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to take enough out so it's 0.45. A little bit more. Oh, I got a whole pea there. And a little bit more. Okay. So that's how I can save this. I'm going to grab a lid for my prep bowl. These prep bowls are fabulous. They come in sets of 1 cup. You get 6 of them. And we also carry 2 cup. They come in a set of 2, and 3 cup come in a set of 2. But these are so handy. I think I've got about 8 of them. Well, I can show you. Let me show you. I got this many. You know what I'm going to do later? I'm going to do, you know, the Weight Watcher thing and make myself some sugar-free pudding for a little snack later. And you just hope I don't eat 2 of them. That's the only thing. All right. Now, I have everything in here. And I'm going to give it a good stir. Doesn't this look great, you guys? I really do love this recipe. I tell you what, this dip, I mean, this is also great as a dip too. You can serve it warm and serve it over, bread cubes, like artichoke dip kind of thing. It's really, 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 really good. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to turn off my scale. I got trouble coming in here. Do any of you have a little help in your kitchen? Your puppies or kids? Yeah, they're coming to help me. All right, so now I'm going to take our baker, and this baker is so fabulous. I think I mentioned earlier, I can't imagine making my lasagna or my cinnamon rolls without it. But of course, anything, this is one of the most popular sizes of pan in your kitchen, and having it in stoneware makes such a difference. The stoneware cooks things, I guess, thanks to the temperature of the oven. So if you're cooking at 450, this is going to get to 450. So it's like your food is baking on nothing. It improves the texture of your food, which improves the flavor of your food. When I first started with Pampered Chef and people weren't used to stoneware, my friends were buying it, and then they would make cookies on their metal sheet and cookies on their stoneware, and their husbands could tell the difference. So I am a stoneware snob, and I have, I think, at least one of every piece of stoneware. And so anyway, love it. All right, now I'm going to go to the refrigerator. And I have crescent roll dough. Now, I'm in northern Florida, and I have learned, and really it almost doesn't matter where you are, but it's even worse in Florida. You don't want to leave your crescent rolls out of the refrigerator too long because they get a little bit soggy or melty, right? So, something in there. Okay. So I'm going to take my crescent rolls and just line them up here in my pan. And do this. I wonder, I don't know. I might need to. So just roll them out like that. And I'm going to take this and put it over here. Oopsie. See that you're already getting soft, already getting stretchy. All right. Press that in. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And it's not quite enough, so I need to open up my other can. You don't have, you're going to see here that I'm not perfect. And that's one thing I don't worry about, being perfect. I'm a pretty good cook, but I don't worry about being perfect. I have fun with it. It's funny because I thought about being a chef when I went to college, and I didn't think they worked. I thought they worked a lot for not that much money. So I went into computers, graduated at age 30, and started working full time. Never thought I would quit what I felt like I'd worked all my life to get a degree in. I thought I would quit, and here I am. I quit my job, which I loved, and I loved the people I worked with, but never looked back. So here's my crescent rolls. Again, this is a great dip that you can make with, just serve with, anything low carb too, if you're trying to low carb it. I love the recipe that Dawn shared a little bit ago. For those of us that are trying to reduce carbs in our diet. All right, so here we go. Of course, I'll probably make some date bars a little bit later. All right, now, I should have gotten my roller out and it could have rolled that in a little bit better, but it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because this lusciousness is going to cover it. And now I'm just going to take this and spread it all out. You know what? I'm going to really like this. It's been a while since I've done it in the baker, but it's thicker in here than it is in the bar pan. And that's good. And you know what? I don't usually buy, well, I didn't buy this. Somebody gave me this cheese. And I need to use it up. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of extra Parmesan cheese on top because I'm trying to use it up. And there is our Grecian party squares. So I hope that you will try this recipe, especially for Super Bowl Sunday. You will love it. It's something different. And again, look at all the vegetables in there. It's healthy. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining us for this workshop. And I hope that you will watch for other workshops that we'll be offering. We appreciate you so much.